It's safe to say that Messi is arguably the best footballer in the world right now, and definitely a global icon. But despite being so popular and having so many female fans, he's done everything to keep a distance from other women, and it's not your everyday behaviour. Sure, we all know he's deeply in love with his wife and incredibly loyal to her, but is that the only reason for this unusual behaviour? Is there more to the story or some hidden secret we're not aware of? Well, I suggest you sit back and relax, because in this video, we're diving deep into why Messi never touches other women. You see, back in the day, little Leo was all about football. I mean, the kid practically lived on the streets, dribbling and scoring goals. But then, one day, as fate would have it, he spotted this girl across the park who was about to turn his world upside down. Her name was Antonella, and she was something else. And even though Leo was just a 7-year-old then, he knew he'd seen someone special. So he walked up to her and did the whole introduction thing. "Hi, I'm Leo." And just like that, they became friends. So every single day, he'd make a beeline for the park. But it wasn't just about football training anymore. It was all about catching a glimpse of Antonella. And as they grew closer, Leo sensed something special brewing between them. And one evening, after an intense training session, he couldn't hold back any longer. He pulled her aside and made a promise that would change their lives forever. "Antonella," he said, his heart on his sleeve, "I promise that one day you're going to be my girlfriend." And with his heart set on making this promise a reality, Leo embarked on a mission. Little Leo aimed to become one of the greatest football players in the world, all to ensure he had enough money to take care of Antonella like no one else could. Now, everything was going perfect for Leo and Antonella, until one day, those doctors uncovered something that put Leo's life and his dream of being with Antonella in serious jeopardy. When he got hit with some heavy news, and it was the dreaded growth hormone syndrome. Now, if he didn't tackle it pronto, his life would be hanging by a thread. He was obviously shattered, and suddenly, it wasn't just about going pro anymore. It was about his future with Antonella. So, Leo decided to shoot out applications, looking for help from clubs. But guess what? They all left him hanging and ghosted him. Until one day, out of the blue, FC Barcelona rode in like a knight in shining armour and saved the day, and Leo's life along with it. Now, his fate landed him in Barcelona, where he hit the pitch every week, and turned himself into one of the greatest ballers week in, week out. And while everyone had their eyes on him, Leo had his focus locked on something else. You see, when he was packing his bags for that flight to Spain, he left behind his beloved friend back in Argentina. So, he set off with a grin on his face, determined to get her back. But just when things seemed to be falling into place, a life-changing phone call came in, and Leo found himself on the brink of the most gut-wrenching heartbreak of his life, when he found out that Antonella had an accident where one of her best friends had tragically passed away. And without a second thought, he was on the next flight back home. Leo was beyond worried now. And that's when he made another promise to his friend that if she pulled through, he'd dedicate his life to looking after her. And it's almost like fate was playing for Team Barca, because Antonella did make it out alive, recovering in just a few days. But Leo couldn't bear to leave her alone, so he popped the big question and asked Antonella to come with him to Spain. And in a matter of days, it was Messi and Antonella, hand in hand, on that flight back to Barcelona. And there he was, back in Spain, living the dream with Antonella by his side. He was all about taking care of her, starting a family, and having those adorable kids they'd always talked about. But then, in 2016, right after Leo snagged his 5th Ballon d'Or like it was no big deal, something strange happened that put his marriage to the test. Messi was just chilling with his phone one evening. Now, you know this guy's popular, right? Messages flood in every day from fans. But this one was way different, because this one had him doing a double take. Enter Suzy Cortez, Brazil's supermodel contest winner Miss Bum Bum in 2016. Now, she wasn't just any Barcelona fan, she was Leo's ultimate fan. I mean, this girl was obsessed. She went all out, snapping pics of herself in an Argentine jersey with Leo's name on it, and even painted her body with his Barca jersey. But she didn't stop there. Miss Bum Bum took it up a notch and got a tattoo of Leo, in a pretty, unique spot. Now, Leo's love life was getting a lot more complicated, and he was in for one wild ride. Now, Suzy Cortez, in her Leo-obsessed frenzy, kept tagging Leo in all her pics. which made his fans wonder if there was something more between Leo and Susie. And the tension reached a tipping point when she sent yet another photo, and Leo had no choice but to block Susie. Well, let's just say that she didn't take it too well, and went into full-on rage mode and decided to text Leo's wife. But obviously Antonella wasn't having any of it, so she blocked Susie too. Now, Susie was completely losing it. So she went on Instagram and accused Leo's wife of being jealous, and this post blew up big time on social media. But Susie wasn't done yet. In her second post on Instagram, she let it all out, ripped into Messi's wife, and claimed she was just doing her job as a model and being a Barca fan. Yeah, that's right. But you see, there's a big twist coming up, as Susie's accusations pushed some of Messi's diehard fans to dig deep. Now, as it turned out, Susie wasn't even the first girl in this wild Messi fan saga. You see, a few years ago, a female fan tagged Leo in her Instagram story, and guess what? He actually saw it. This fan went absolutely nuts and jumped to conclusions, thinking Leo was into her. So she started posting every single day, tagging Leo relentlessly. But it was too much for him to handle, so he did what had to be done, and he blocked her. Now, the rumour mill was working overtime, and fans were digging even deeper into Messi's life, only to stumble upon something that left them utterly shocked. They found out that whenever Messi takes photos with male fans, he's all chill, cool with them getting up close and personal. But when it's female fans asking for a picture, Leo plays it safe, keeps his distance, with his hands behind his back, in his pocket or close to his body. And guess what? It's not just regular fans. Even his former teammate Gerard Piqué's wife Shakira got the same treatment. But hold on to your seats, because this is where the plot thickens. Following the Instagram tagging and blocking, some fans started pointing fingers and decided that Antonella was the evil, jealous force behind Messi being distant and blocking all those girls. And when Antonella found out about these accusations, she felt crushed, which left Leo devastated. And this made him remember the promise he made to her when they were just kids, back when he was a 7-year-old dreamer. Now, here she was in his arms, sad because her reputation was being tarnished by his own fans. But Leo knew he had to step up or risk losing the woman of his dreams. And that thought was unbearable for him. So, he decided to set the record straight with the entire world. He made it crystal clear, denying the rumours of Antonella's jealousy. And it was all on him. The thing is, Leo preferred a private life, wanting to spend time with his wife and kids. And you could say that the crazy attention celebrities get on social media really wasn't his cup of tea. He also opened up about that promise he made to her in the hospital after her best friend's tragic passing, and emphasised how he'd always been there for her no matter what. Now, if you're a die-hard fan of Leo, you probably know that he and Antonella had weathered many storms together since the beginning. And as they were raising a family with kids, he was focused not to let anything ruin what they had. Now, while he understood the spotlight he lived in as one of the most famous people on the planet, he also realised that just one wrong twisted photo could create unnecessary drama if the media decided to twist it into something else. So he chose to avoid such situations altogether. But Leo knew he had one more thing left on his list, and it was fixing Antonella's reputation in front of his loyal fans. And that's exactly what he did in an exclusive interview weeks later, where he poured his heart out about his wife and denied all those nasty accusations. The reality is, I admire everything about Antonella, he said with genuine affection. She possesses remarkable traits, from her grace to her wonderful personality, constant positivity, and how she tackles life's challenges. She's an incredible individual who excels in every aspect of life. But wait, Leo didn't stop there. He made it crystal clear that Antonella wasn't just around when times were good. She'd been by his side through thick and thin. He also shared, sometimes the frustration from a bad game annoys him, and it's tough to shake off. But when I come home and see my wife and kids who know me so well, it's incredibly comforting. Antonella knows just when to take me out to forget about the match and the results. And this makes it clear that their love story is truly something special. You see, when Leo finally clinched the World Cup last year, he didn't hesitate to run straight to Antonella and celebrated with her by his side. What a beautiful love story, no doubt. But it really makes you think, would things have been different for Leo and his wife if he didn't know how to block his female fans? Well, that sounds like a case for another video, because this one was about why Messi never touches other women. Now, if you enjoyed this video, don't forget to like and subscribe to our channel for more exciting football content.